And it is now a pleasure to recognize CALICO in support of this wonderful program Mutual America would like to present to their Executive Director, Victoria Gwiasda, our Community Partnership Award plaque. We have a certificate of recognition, and we also have a check in the amount of $20,000. Vicky wanted to secure the check and go coming back. Vicky, you have all this law enforcement in the room? You still have to hide the check? Let's welcome Vicky.
Unexpected and very, very pleasant surprise. So I cannot thank you enough for this honor and for that support. That means a great deal to us. I also just really want to thank you for this lunch, putting this together. It is such a rare opportunity that we get to have this group of people, and I am really very humbled and very honored that all of you would take the time to be here for CALICO, and I'm just very, very grateful for that. I want you each to know, I would love to go around and thank each of you individually, and I hope over the course of the weeks and months ahead that I will be able to do that, but I just hope that you'll accept my appreciation to you as a group right now for your commitment to our multidisciplinary process and to CALICO's leadership in moving our collective efforts forward in Alameda County. And I wanted to note that I think it's particularly timely that CALICO should be honored with a Community Partnership Award in April, because as I'm sure you know, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. It is also Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It also includes Victim Crimes Rights Week, and it is CSEC Awareness Week this month as well. And as President Obama said in his proclamation declaring April Child Abuse Prevention Month, this month is an opportunity to strengthen our resolve to give every young person the security they deserve. And what I think is really special about Alameda County is the strength of our resolve already. I'm really privileged to be in front of a room full of leaders who are firmly committed to helping victims, helping children, ensuring that each child receives a timely, skilled, sensitive, and coordinated response. And just so you know who is all in the room, you probably recognize one another, but in this room are representatives from elected officials at the national, state, and local levels who are focused on things such as the Federal Victims of Child Abuse Act that directs money to child advocacy centers, and State Assembly Bill 1432 that will result in school personnel better trained to identify suspicions of child abuse, and AB 1517 that improves DNA processing of rape kits. Also in this room are CALICO board members, funders, and Protector Circle members who generously put their resources behind what we do. And then, of course, are all of the agency directors, the police chiefs, the sheriff, the district attorney, and representatives from our partner agencies who are truly the ones for whom this award is meant. I think another distinction about Alameda County is that collaboration, what we're being honored for today, is not just a buzzword that's thrown around lightly, but it really defines a process and relationships that matter. And everyday representatives from your organizations make decisions about how to respond to child abuse allegations. And in those moments, they opt to work collaboratively by taking that toddler, or that child, or that teen, or that adult with developmental disabilities to CALICO, or to Children's or Highland Hospital First for a medical exam. And that happens every day. And talking of it as a decision is almost misleading because it's such a part of the culture and the values that pervade this county that no other option seems sufficient. I think that in and of itself is no small feat, but CALICO actually has the opportunity to mentor and train child advocacy centers from across the country, the state, and we really see firsthand what their counties face. Those counties are envious of our leadership. They're leaders like our district attorney, Nancy O'Malley, who's been steadfast in her commitment to collaboration by co-locating with CALICO for 17 years. And Social Services Agency Director Lori Cox, who's leading a forward-thinking organization that's committed to building a child welfare system that's sensitive to socioeconomic and racial equity and bringing that sensitivity to CALICO. The other centers they value our skill. CALICO's current team of 5 specially trained child interview specialists have spent a collective 59 years at CALICO, and just that team, those 5 women, have conducted nearly 8,000 interviews. And due to a record-breaking number of children you referred last year, that team is now going to expand to a 6th. The other centers speak admirably of our innovation. For example, CALICO and the Center for Child Protection, under the leadership of Dr. Jim Crawford-Jakubiak, and Shelley Hamilton, have built a unique partnership. Through 2 shared staff positions, CALICO and CCP, we provide parallel services to families in crisis so that regardless of which agency the family sees first, they get coordinated, mutually reinforcing information. And finally, those centers appreciate our camaraderie and how well our partners communicate, respect, and rely on one another. And I want to single out this past year that take particular note that CALICO has leaned really heavily on Sheriff Ahern and the deputies in his office to host various events for us and help CALICO staff in ways that just go way above and beyond what should be expected. And in the spirit of that camaraderie, I also want you all to know that you're invited to continue this celebration next Wednesday to close out Child Abuse Prevention Month with all-you-can-eat tacos at our Partner Appreciation Lunch in San Leandro. All of those accomplishments that I just mentioned really reflect the value of you all as leaders. These are values of collaboration, justice, healing, and well-being that CALICO and you have embedded in our partnership and the staff of your respective organizations. CALICO's legacy with you will be the fundamental positive changes that we've made to the way we respond to young victims in Alameda County. To date, that means just over 10,000 young victims who've benefited from CALICO's multidisciplinary process. That number, 10,000, that's a really staggering figure. It's kind of jarring to hear. But it means 10,000 children who've been provided with a safe and supportive environment to explain what happened to them. It means 10,000 children who are aided by professionals with specialized skills and training in responding to child abuse. And it means 10,000 children and their families who are helped on a path to healing. CALICO's partnership with you is essential in responding to abuse, but our resolve doesn't end there. We also aim to prevent more children from ever being abused in the first place. With support from Kaiser Permanente, CALICO launched an important new prevention initiative. So our staff, school resource officers, the county's Child Abuse Prevention Council, and other professionals are now training parents and community leaders how to recognize those situations that put children at risk of abuse and recognize those behaviors of adults and older youth that suggest that that person intends to hurt a child. And as I'm sure you all know all too well, offenders use a very methodical grooming process to befriend children, to befriend their families, and develop those trusting relationships before the abuse occurs. We know what that process looks like. We know how to disrupt it. Prevention works, and with your support, we're going to strengthen our collective resolve to protect children, save a generation of children from becoming victims. So I want to thank Mr. Herman, I want to thank Mr. Gilliam, I want to thank Mr. Malou, and just thank you again for this honor today. This award really matters because our children matter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vicky. You have an amazing story. You tell it so well. I can see why there are so many people here to support you. Well, this landmark program has been tremendously successful because it has been able to enlist really an amazing group of supporters and interested individuals. Unfortunately, some of the supporters and volunteers could not be with us today. They are vital members of the team, and we would like to recognize them in their absence. So let's give all of the partners, those present and those absent, a big round of applause.